Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. I am your caster today, Noman, with a forum, joined by my good friend and analyst for the day, Sleepy with 2-3. Sleepy, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing well, Noman. Thanks for having me. We're shaping up to have an excellent match today.
Oh, absolutely. We're not going to waste too much of the folks' time. We're going to get right into setup here. The teams are starting to file in, so we don't have a lot of time. Let's talk quick about who we're seeing. So this is Season 8, Week 2, standard match between G-Men and Globochem. These two were in the Season 7 finals in the Leicester, UK. It was quite a match. If you guys have not seen it, highly recommend going to check it out. It's a fantastic 5-map matchup between these two. Knockdown, drag-out brawl, just an absolutely, really the perfect example of great onward play. And we're seeing it again here, nice and early in the season between these two teams. So we'll see how this best of 3 goes. But before that, let's take a quick look at what the bans are going to be. So coming out from the home team, which is G-Men, the G-Men have opted to ban Bazaar as their choice. And Globochem on their side will be banning Suburbia. So what are your thoughts on those two bans, Sleepy?
Well, Bazaar seems a surprise to me from the G-Men because they play Bazaar quite well. Now, so does Globochem, and maybe that's what they're concerned about. Maybe they're concerned about Globochem having some new tricks up their sleeve with all the new items within the buildings and new angles that can be held with various cover that's been added. But I'm not quite sure. So again, that one puzzles me. The Suburbia pick, that one's kind of puzzling too because, you know, Globochem is strong on that map. G-Men also very strong on it. But Globochem maybe not feeling so strong. I mean, I believe Blaze beat them on that map last week, correct?
So not in the official match. No, we did.
Okay.
Yeah, we did put up actually no points, I think, in that match. But in an earlier scrim, I think statistically though, Suburbia does tend to be Globochem's weakest in terms of rounds lost overall.
Gotcha.
So they don't tend to lose the map
seen them
as often.
have to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Now that I think back on it, I do recall them having to make these miraculous comebacks quite frequently on Suburbia. So yeah, that is actually a pretty smart ban on their part, I'd say, because G-Men are definitely a strong team for that map.
Yeah, 100%. And it's one of those things that I think, makes the map choice for G-Men here even more interesting, because the home team picks the first map here. So G-Men are going to opt to start on Marsoc, and they will be picking Cargo as their first map. So Cargo is the choice, and I think a really good one. I think Cargo is one of those equalizer maps. It's very fast-paced, but it allows even the slower, more methodical teams, the G-Mens of the league, to control the pace. They love to set up in these defensive positions, watch tight angles, and I think that's what they're looking for. They're looking for an early, quick win, if possible, and put Globochem on the back foot right off the gate. I think once Suburbia was off the table, Cargo was a simple choice for G-Men to take. But I think that is a pretty good setup here. I don't think we'll have enough time to dive into match page right now, but we will take a quick look here, and let me get my instance going. We'll take a quick look at the folks inside of the tent so you can see the starting lineup here. So on the G-Men side, we've got the Man, Zach Fontaine, Dr. Leo Marvin, Brastamouth, and Swooty. And on the Globochem side, starters are Arsenic, Mixologist, Otto, Raphael, and Thunder Pilot. And what's interesting to me, and I wonder what your take on this is, Sleepy, is Pants is missing from the Globochem lineup. How do you think that is going to affect this game?
Well, I mean, it's Globochem, so every one of their rostered members, including the ones that you don't see playing in the starting roster often, are straight killers. So let's make no mistake here. But not having Pants, their key point man, and another thing that I'm noticing, they also are not running Toast in their lineup currently as well. So that's 2 of their very key point men not playing today. Now, Mixologist is a great shooter. Raphael's come in today. I haven't seen him on the roster in some time. I don't know, scheduling conflicts or whatever that may be. But either way, I'm still expecting a great game out of the Globochem side, regardless of their roster. But I am interested to see how it will play out without Toast and Pants, their two main point guys for Globochem.
Yeah, those two we did see in last week's casted matchup versus Blaze. Toast really just absolutely dismantled the Blaze offenses and defenses really across the board. So
Yeah.
to miss those two players, and obviously Pants, one of the real killers on that team. I'm interested to see. Maybe this is the matchup in the season where G-Men have the best opportunity to topple them in the regular season. I'm real excited for it. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. I don't know if you've got a horse in the race, but
No, not at all. But my thing is, like, I was just looking at it, and that G-Men roster is just so solid. That's their same roster from the LAN event, and they played a strong game. And Globochem had a very strong lineup of their own, including Pants and Toast, and they were almost barely able to take the win. So I don't know. This could be a Globochem loss here today in Season 8.
well, let's not put the cart before the horse, because the round is kicking off. Map 1 starting off. Globochem on defense. Pre-fire coming out early from the G-Men side, looking to stop any members of the defense from crossing. Raphael playing real aggressive here into this.
Yes, he is. Will Brass see him, though?
Him and Zach Fontaine just miss each other. Raph is already in the spawn. He's looking for one. He finds one. He finds two, and the trade comes out from Swooty to down him. And just like that, Raph, on an amazing quick play, is able to pick up 2 quick kills.
Oh my god, and then they blew the C4 on his body and got another kill after the confirmation kill. That is quite unfortunate for the G-Men. They might have been able to balance things out here, but now you've got 2 of their players bunched up with 4 members of Globochem still standing on the board. Just over a minute into the round, or just under a minute into the round. How are the G-Men going to recover here?
That is such a great play. That was really the Trojan horse, right? They sent Raph in quick. They said, just go in there, see who you can kill. And then just having the opportunity to have him get double tapped gave Globochem the exact cue they needed to detonate that C4 on his body and get that 3rd kill. And just like that, 1 member turns into 3 kills for Globochem, and now G-Men having to fight back. The man and Zach Fontaine working together here with this shield. So far, not able to find any members of the defense. Defense real tucked in. Only 1 member made it across there. It looks like Auto on the objective side.
That's a tough start for the G-Men for sure, but Globochem showing that they definitely know how to mix up their tactics here in Season 8. I mean, C4 tactics have been in play now for a good season, and things have been interesting, from the thrown C4s to the preset smart C4s in various locations around different maps. But now we're seeing it in situations like this, where someone will go on an aggressive push on defense, die, and then, you know, if they go down or whatever, they can give a signal to their teammates to blow the C4 on top of their body and get another kill. That's just some high level stuff here. I'm not counting G-Men out here. They've got plenty of time. This is a tiny map, and they are working together as a team. It's just going to be a tough call. I think we'll see Globochem pulling out this match, or this round. Wow, that's the word I'm looking
this tunnel exit is going to be really difficult to make. I mean, they've got Mix watching that tight angle in the far back. Arsenic at the door, who likely will just be making radio clicks as soon as he hears the sound. I mean, G-Man definitely making noise here as it comes through a little bit early on the nade.
Look at all those laser lights. Do you have the new laser option on?
Yeah, I've got that on now. Now that you've said it, we'll show the folks the new lasers. Ooh, I like that yellow color. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice that we have different colors for the different teams now. It's nice to be able to show.
Yeah, thank you to Mr. Death for that, and the rest of the dev guys. We do appreciate that setup. Thunder Pilot taking a couple of shots, but he's going to find the trade, and Arsenic rushes out, picks up Zach, and Globochem grab themselves the first defensive round here in the series with a cheeky little rush play right off the bat that gets them 3. A great play there by Raph. Raph getting all 3 kills. even the last one, the post-mortem C4, does count towards him. Even though someone else blew up that clacker. But a fun play nonetheless.
Oh my god. that entire round was just pretty incredible. But yeah, that play, I really hope somebody clips that, especially just his push in general. That first push where he got those 2 kills, one being a trade, of course, which downed him and let him tell his team to blow that C4 on top of his body. But you know, it was an impressive push, and it's not something you really typically see of Globochem necessarily on defense to get that aggressive, you know?
Yeah, exactly. When I saw him rushing, I was like, who is this? Like, what team is this? What kind of game are we watching here that we're seeing somebody just push through? And I mean, he just barely missed Zach Fontaine. Zach Fontaine rushes past him, didn't see him either. I mean, that could have been easily 4 kills off the bat had it played out a little differently, but still, that was quite the advantage for Globo to get early on, and then they just set up and waited. They didn't have to push out. They knew that they had gotten at least 1 kill. I think they had known right off the bat. I'm sure Raphael was calling out while he was down there. So a great play. Nonetheless, we'll see how G-Men fare as we now are going to be jumping into our second round here, map 1.
You know, Raphael is one of the players for Globochem that lives quite far from the rest of the team, right? He lives across the ocean, basically. So time differences are sometimes an issue for him. I'll sometimes see him in comp lobbies and in lobbies, you know, with silent next to his name because he can't be very loud because it's super late.
Right.
And I wonder if they've developed a communication language with Raph from where he's been unable to talk in comp lobbies. For him to be able to communicate with the team, and they know like exactly what he's talking about by clicks and various little noises that he can give. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Through that much trouble, Mixologist finds one in the center onto G-Men to start things off. The Mixologist will revive Mixologist.
He healed himself. He took a shot there, so it looks like it's showing that heals you now. Yeah, now Brastamouth finishes that off real quick. Otto, however, finds Leo Marvin on an aggressive push through the west side there, and or the east side of my apologies. And now we're in this 3v4. Globochem a little bit slowed up here in the middle. Thunderpilot letting the team know there may be somebody at the end of the tunnel. Swooty is sitting in the same corner Arsenic was last game, so he's not necessarily incorrect, but they're hoping to bait him out here with some shots. C4 detonation coming out a little too early, not going to find anybody. Arsenic looking for Brass through the smoke, does not find him either. And Globo sort of struggling to find their entryway here, not sure which way to make this approach just yet.
Brass will find Arsenic, though, here on the east side of the map. Otto heard the shots, however. He'll see Otto, too. Brass will find 2, and that'll put things back into G-Men's favor. It's just Raphael and Thunderpilot over in the west.
Yeah, Raphael making the approach through the shield, with the shield here through the tunnel. Wondering if Swooty will play a similar scenario like Arsenic did there. Maybe actually land the nade.
Yeah, well, Raphael's definitely farther up in the tunnel than the man was last time. Swooty, is he hearing something? Any communications? There are a lot of rifles pointed in this direction now.
He did click the radio, so that is...
Swooty definitely heard the nade. There's the nade out from him. The grenade falls at his feet. Swooty runs away, but unfortunately he is downed. He will be able to give that call out to his team. However, they will need to be careful. Thunderpilot is watching the transition, and here comes a check nade from him. This could find another member of the G-Men, but no, a little bit too far. Thunderpilot's rushing in, though. He's running somewhat towards the objective. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Brastamouth picks up the revive onto Swooty, and now it's all up to Thunderpilot. He's got a 1v3 scenario in front of him, and Brastamouth has picked up the shield. Swooty will find Thunderpilot, and G-Men will find their own defensive round. We're tied here 1-1 on Cargo.
Yeah, great play by Thunder there. If that nade had landed and picked up Brass, that could have been an easier approach for him. Unfortunately, it goes a little too far, and G-Men able to hold on and grab themselves their defensive round, and we're quickly into a good series here, folks. I mean, I do love the shield play, obviously. I don't know that I ever loved shield plays by themselves. I always like it when, you know, sort of in the same vein as the man and Zach Fontaine played, where you've got that support player, you know, backing you up with a machine gun, and then the shield sort of taking shots. So I think that was one example where, you know, a solo shield player, no matter how good you are, sometimes the sound will give you away. You pull the pin on a nade, they know you don't have a gun out, and Swooty was able to capitalize on that situation there. Had he had somebody backing him up, had Thunder been a little bit closer, he could have had that quick refrag in the tunnel, not even getting the res out. But, I mean, Globo really struggled there to find their way through the middle. They sort of kept second-guessing themselves on the approach. Arsenic and Auto getting picked off by Brass on the east. And, yeah, really, I mean, it just really never got going, you know? It was an interesting offense to see.
No, I think Brass to Mouth's picks in the east were very, very key for the G-Men. That really shut down that global push there and really shut the middle of the map down. And it made Thunder Pilot have to kind of rethink him and Raphael. They then split up. They tried to kind of split the attention of the defense. It didn't quite go so well because, as you mentioned, Raph, you know, unpinned that grenade. Swooty heard it and rushed him, and it worked out for Swooty. But it doesn't matter anyways, because now we'll see if G-Men can find their footing again on attack here on Cargo. Globochem on the defense.
Therapy Fire coming out hot as always. Nobody really opting to make that cross in the east just yet. Raphael throwing a little preventative Molotov there. Trying to make sure the G-Men rush doesn't happen. A couple of nice nades coming out from the offense, though, not finding anybody just yet. We're still in a 5-5 here, 30 seconds in. Pretty rare for a Cargo round.
Yeah, some flashes are coming out from Brass to Mouth. Oh, but that one backfired. He flashed himself. That's no good. That was going to be an actual great push towards the objective. If him and another had pushed up, they might have been able to clear objective and actually possibly gotten an uplink.
I think Auto and Thunder rotating between the two may have had that under control. I mean, they've got the right setup here in place.
There goes Brass!
Brass pushes through. Auto finds one. They need to confirm that kill.
Auto revived Auto again.
Reviving themselves quite a bit.
Now Zach Fontaine, he's tossed the smoke right out in front of Auto, but Auto's going to be able to come out with the pre-fire and find Zach Fontaine. Thunder Pilot will pick up the confirmation on the Brass Mouth. The G-Men now down to 4 minutes, 42 seconds left. What was looking like a good start for them turns out it's going to be Globochem all day. The man is going to get rushed by Raphael. Swooty will find Thunder Pilot, however. He will find Auto too. Now the objective is under fire. Swooty will be taken down by Arsenic finally, and now it's going to be a 3v1 just out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was quite a great play there for the folks at home watching. I caught Raphael there on a pretty great flank on the backside of I cannot remember who that was who died. I think it was the man on the west side. But now Raph spots out Leo Marvin. He does have the shield. The shield is freaking out. There we go. He's got the shield.
He's freaking out, man.
He's having a wonderful time there with the shield. Now Leo Marvin is spotted out. He's gonna have a hard time making this approach. And Arsenic is gonna be aggressive on that west side pickup. Leo Marvin and Globochem find themselves another Volk win. So far trading these Volk rounds back and forth. And Raph definitely leading the pack so far for Globochem. 4 kills for him. Arsenic picking up 3. Brass on the G-Men side, also 3, and it looks like we've got a drop on the G-Men side, so we'll wait for them to rejoin the lobby. Yeah, Swooty is the one that dropped out there. He is now back in the lobby, and we should be starting off just right. So we're seeing some real strong defenses here. Neither of the offenses finding really any purchase. I mean, the Swooty play there was strong, but I think he had to stop to reload, didn't pop back around the corner. Arsenic quickly able to find that refrag. I mean, really, what was interesting to see on that play is how quickly 3 of Globochem's players were on the objective as soon as they heard those shots. How fast they got out of their positions and got straight towards the objective. That is awareness, you know, really unrivaled in a lot of the league to have that kind of awareness. I don't think I even saw a tablet come out. I mean, they just heard shots and they were there.
Yeah, I mean, it's Globochem, though. I've always talked about their defensive rotation is kind of par none. I think, you know, beginners probably Forgive me for I can't.
It's a Saturday afternoon. No one is gonna blame you.
Yeah, so I think beginners are also quite good about that as well on the EU side, and so are other teams. But I feel like Globochem are the one team that I can always rely on to effectively rotate defensively when things start happening.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot already. And don't worry, Sleepy, I can't do East and West today. I've lost all capability of reading which part of the map is the East and which is the West.
I triple guessed myself like 6 times when I said it a couple of rounds ago. I'm like, am I sure that's really East?
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Just warming up. We got a lot of casts coming at you this weekend and in general, so got a lot of stuff going on. The G-Man, the man, pushing through on a Raphael-esque push. I don't believe he's got the C4 play, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that, but he's on the corner here. He's going to be looking for the back of Arsenic. Finds that. He's not going to see Mix, and now he's into Globochem territory. There it is. Now, Thunder Pilot spotted out by the man. The pre-fire comes out, and he finds Thunder as well. This aggressive defense working out for G-Man. It's a 5v2. Less than 35 seconds into this round, and now G-Man getting a little aggressive. Now, this I can't usually get behind. I understand the want to be aggressive once you've got a few picks, but you're playing against, really the top tier team. This can backfire quite quickly if you're not coordinated in your aggression. The man now waiting for Raphael to make his approach, but Globochem is just waiting for the aggression to
Yeah, they're doing exactly what you said. They're just waiting, which is going to play right into their hand. Otto will have taken a shot in that exchange with Swooty. So will Swooty.
Otto finds the push on the man. 4v2. Swooty comes across, and now the trade comes out. It's just Raph v3.
I don't know. It could still happen. Raph v3. Raph is a dangerous man with that shield. And if he happens to opt to pick up one of his teammates' rifles for any reason, just for that extra bit of oomph in each round.
I will say that Brass to Mouth so far has been showing he has been really all around this map. I don't want to put it past him. He's been playing real strong. If G-Men take this map away from Globo, I think Brass is going to be the reason they do that.
Well, if they're going to do that, they need to secure themselves a Marsoc round then, because Globochem started on defense here, so Globochem inherently have the advantage if they keep trading defensive rounds.
That is true. In terms of, sheer probability, Globochem is still likely to be the winner of this map, but we're only into 3 rounds here, folks. We got a whole lot of Onward action coming at you right now. We're just following Raph's first-person view. I want to see what approach he's going to decide to take. I always love to watch the Shield players, from their perspective. It's such a challenging, gameplay style to use this shield and to have to use all your equipment while constantly trying to, hide behind the shield, hide behind cover.
Ooh, but the return frag from Raphael, almost long enough to actually get the job done under Dr. Leo Marvin, but he'll be safe for now. Raphael making a push up through the eastern portion of the center part of the map. Here comes another possible grenade. Yeah, that's definitely a nade. Here it is, back behind the objective. It will find Dr. Leo Marvin, but Zach Fontaine's immediately on the rotation for the res. Rasmuel does see Raphael. He's put down shots. He's trying to suppress him. Another grenade's going to come over and find Brass to Mouth. Raphael is just dunking on G-Men right now with all these grenades. Now everyone is basically one shot except for Zach Fontaine, but it doesn't matter. Zach Fontaine's going to find Raphael, and G-Men will find their second round on defense. It's 2-2 here on Cargo.
A fantastic play there by Raph, just not getting lucky with those grenades. Only downs, no insta-kills. I mean, if those were 2 insta-kills, we could have seen potentially a clutch there by Raphael 1v3. But, the grenade gods aren't with you. They're not with you. What else can you say? I mean, it's been a great series so far between both of these teams. On defense, I'm still waiting for that breakout offense. Somebody to really put the hurt on a defense here. We haven't seen that yet. I'm like kind of vibrating in my seat. I'm waiting for it.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I mean, both teams have just had answers for each other's offenses. It just doesn't matter. The defense, the aggressive defense of G-Men seems to be messing with Globochem's head. The sometimes aggressive, sometimes slower and more reserved, turtled up defense of Globochem has been seeming to throw off the G-Men because they don't seem to know how to react to it. One of them's going to have to find their footing, or else Globochem will be able to ride out into this map.
Yeah, they have to find that secret sauce. They have to get those, those nades to actually insta-kill. I think that would that'd be a huge bonus. We haven't seen a ton of utilization of frags from the G-Men side. I mean, there has been. I suppose there's been enough. I just don't think everybody's running them.
There's been some attempted ones. There's just not been very many successful ones, unfortunately, which is a little weird for G-Men. They're normally quite good with their frag placements, but tonight it just doesn't seem like they've been getting the right angles on those frags just yet.
And we'll see what happens here. Globochem now defending on the northern side of the map. This is the first shift to the north side of the map that we've seen so far. So we'll see if this dynamic shift...
placement from Swooty, but the angle is just not going to help them.
Yeah, that placement is rough, and two are going to cross on that far left side. Far west. I second-guessed myself on the east-west. Mix does take a shot there. Leo Marvin pushing out. Is going to catch Mix out, standing in the open, nice, and indeed play. He does. G-Men now up 4, but Mix's nade does find Brass on the north side. Rap almost getting caught out there by a grenade himself. G-Men still pushing the advantage, 5v4.
Globochem, look at them. They're moving around a lot right now. They're getting a little frantic, a little edgy. I don't think they like that they're this close in this first map right now. I think they were really hoping for something a little bit more one-sided up front. That nade from Swooty is going to be just what they need on the east side. He'll find Thunder Pilot. Now he's going to suppress Auto and keep them from the res. This is a great play right here. This is the kind of intelligentsia-style play that both of these teams bring to the table, and this is why I love watching these two teams battle it out.
Yeah, we'll see if Otto's able to grab this res. He's going for it now. He needs to go quickly before Leo Marvin makes this corner. Leo's going to place the smoke instead to make the rush into the yellow building. And now, I mean, they've set up quite nicely here. G-Men just have to find one more pick. Leo is pushing through quickly. Thunderpilot looking for the kills here. Leo Marvin's going to be the one who finds the frag, and now Auto alerted to that is going to try and rush out.
That God rotation. Leo Marvin's on the push. He finds Auto in a trade, and now Raphael's fighting his way for the objective. It's just 2 members of Globochem left. Arsenic and Raphael, they've got to go up against now 4 members of the G-Men. I'm sure the G-Men are going to be looking for a cap here. A trade between Raphael and Swooty leaves Raphael up, but it's not going to matter. Arsenic is not going to have the ability to really go for this. Brass to mouth on the push. Oh, he will. Arsenic will go for it and will find Raphael. Maybe. There we go. Finally, he gets it, but then immediately Arsenic will be taken down. Brass to mouth will find Raphael, and G-Men finally find that Marsoc ground that we were talking about, Noman. They take the lead for the first time here on the map. Wow.
That was a great
Now all they have to do is
series.
sit back and guard their objective, and they take this first map in the series. This is quite impressive, Noman.
This is exactly what they needed. It's exactly the play they needed, exactly at the time they needed, and now Globochem has the pressure on them to convert on their Marsoc round. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could just be that the objective itself lends to an easier time for a Marsoc push. I am somewhat familiar with the fact that this objective can be difficult to defend. But I don't know. I don't know. G-Men looking real strong there on their Marsoc rounds, and obviously so far up until that point, neither team had given up a defensive round either. But Globochem showing a little chink in the armor there, and maybe G-Men can close this first map out and do exactly what we were talking about in the pre-round, which is put Globochem on the back foot, force them to have to convert 2 maps rather than start off, right on the right foot. So we'll see here, folks. But man, this is exactly the series I signed up for. I knew, this is what I wanted from this matchup, and we were getting it in spades. Folks in the chat, let us know who you think is gonna win. I mean, I don't know. I'm casting it. I have no idea. This is going to be a good series so far.
Oh my god. I mean, from honestly, from being the one to cast this matchup at the VR League Season 3 finals in Leicester, like, experiencing these two teams duking it out all the way through that series at the end, I honestly kind of expect G-Men to bring out the win here. I think Globochem not having Toast and Pants is gonna make a difference after watching what's unfolded. It's gonna be close all the way. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. G-Men are not gonna walk this by any means. But I think they're gonna come out on top today. I think they're gonna win the series. They might not win every map, but they'll win the series, I think.
Interesting predictions coming out, and we'll see exactly what happens here as we get into the 6th and second to last round here of the series. Potentially the last round if G-Men can find themselves a defensive win here. Seeing the pre-fire come out. They're not taking these open positions that they were taking earlier. They're not finding the long pre-fire angles. They don't want to go down early. Nade coming out there from the defense. Not going to find any members of Globochem. I mean, really...
Look how reserved this defense is. I mean, to be fair, they're playing just a straight up frontline defense. They're not really getting overly aggressive. They've only got the man in a really exposed position. Everyone else is pretty well safe back at the objective. But it's going to be a lot of long waiting and not knowing until the last moment. Otto's going to find a pick on Nebraska mouth, so the front line already begins to fall. But that garners the attention of the man in the center. He's now watching for Otto.
Yeah, and Otto is looking for anybody through these open grates. Anybody out in the open, the same way that Mix got caught out last round is exactly how Brass got caught out, basically in the exact same position. It's a dangerous spot to be in, but they've been launching those nades over. Just unfortunate that none of them have found any purchase. And now Globochem in the same situation G-Men were last round, up 5v4. We'll see if they can make that final push. The man controlling the middle finds Arsenic as he makes his push on the east side, and the confirmation does come out. Thunder Pilot now challenging for the middle. The man should be hearing this. No rotation or comms coming out just yet.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, it's good that the man stayed up there. Really didn't have the time for the rotation, but if they can find the pick on the Thunder, I think they should try and pull the man back a little bit. They got to play this really safe. There's a lot on the line here. They can technically give up this round, but if they do, they're going to have to find their win on Marsoc. And to find a win on Marsoc for Cargo isn't always the easiest task, especially if Globochem decides to turtle up their defense on the next round.
Raphael now making his push through on this east side. He's really just drawing a lot of fire. Oh, and that nade is going to be good on Zach Fontaine. He's out of this. He's out of this game. He's out. It's done.
He is out.
He'll never work in this town again. And now it's 3v4 Globochem with the advantage on this Marsoc round. Leo Marvin keeping Thunder Pilot at bay. But, I mean, the man here is going to be the key player. If he can find a pick onto one or two of these players. Oh, now he's got to get out. He fired early. Can he find Thunder Pilot on the corner? The trade comes out. Both are out now, and it's a 2v3. Globo still holding the man advantage. Shots from Swooty ring out. Find purchase on Mix, but not going to go down.
Make him come to you, man. Make him come to the objective. You're a man down at this point. Getting irrational and running around is not going to serve you very well at this point. Swooty got a little aggressive now. He's out in the open if they choose to come in off of pretty much either of those flanks. He's going to meet up with Mixologist, and Mixologist is going to be the only one ready. Swooty will be taken down, and now it's all up to Dr. Leo Marvin to save this thing. He's got the entire map of Cargo on his shoulders right now for the G-Men. Can he clutch this? 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. A lot of time still for Globochem to mount an offensive push here. He's going to slide out, and Mixologist is going to see him as well. Mix serving his team well here in Globochem. That's the team I want to call out. Gets their Marsoc round as well. And we're just going to trade round for round here. Now, G-Men are going to have to do it again on Marsoc, and that's going to be tough.
That was a great patient play by Mix. He waited in the middle. He heard Swooty, made the rush, caught him out. And then he just waited. Really what it was is he knew that last remaining Volk member was going to have to rotate. They could not stay in one spot, and generally speaking, defenders will rotate between both the east and the west sides of the map for that, right? So all he had to do was just wait for him to try to check the corner, and that's exactly what he did. It was the perfect patient play there by Mix to save that round for Globo and put G-Men now in the hot seat. Now they've got to find a way to convert this. On Marsoc again, the benefit is the objective does stay in the north. It's just on the opposite side of that container. So if they can replicate the exact offensive play that they had the first time, potentially it's still in their corner. But I don't know that Globochem is going to make the same mistakes twice. I don't think we're going to see Mix get caught out early like that again. Well, we will see. Let us know in the chat, folks. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see all the predictions. I want to see the emotes and stuff. Well, you know, just do it. Just do. I personally, in my head, will see it, and then I'll see it later, and I'll be like, yes, they did exactly what I said.
He's gonna see your responses in real time.
That's right. That's right. Because I'm both in the future and in the past at the same time.
Correct.
But this is gonna be a great series. We're gonna follow the G-Men all the way through on this one.
we're gonna do a little cast for you tonight.
We're gonna do some crazy stuff here as we follow the G-Men on their approach to this objective. It's a 3-3. We're in round 7 of map 1. G-Men looking to take this potential first map of the series away from Globochem.
I want to see the G-Men rush right now. Like, the G-Men have it. I've seen them do quick rush plays on this map, and it'd be very successful, even against high-end teams. Ooh, but that's not going to be very successful. Dr. Leo Marvin will get picked up on the east side by Mix from across the map with a tight, long angle.
I mean, exactly what I said. I was like, Mix isn't going to get caught out in the middle again, and he just waited for that exact same push, caught Leo Marvin out, and now G-Men already fighting a man down 30 seconds in.
Nades coming out from grass to mouth. Nobody will be found, unfortunately.
Defense is reserved. It's set up. They haven't lost anybody. No need to make an aggressive push here. Nice little nade, a little bit off angle there. Not going to find Brass. Another nade coming out. Also not going to find any defenders. I mean, this is, you know, I wouldn't really expect Globochem to be pushed that far up. They need to be playing this tight. They need to have eyes on OBJ at all times.
Well, not only would I expect them to be pushed up this far, I would also don't expect them to be in such common positions as what some of these check nades that have been thrown out are for. Some people will, but I don't really see Globochem using it, especially not in this situation. I think, you know, they're going to play it smart. They're going to take the point however they can, which is going to be to sit back and let the other team come to them and make their mistakes. They're just going to play it as tight as they need to and just wait and take their point.
Absolutely. Refresh the map here. Yeah, apologies. Swooty's not showing up on my mini-map there. I was like, there's 3 players? No, there's 4. G-Men alive for Globochem's 5. Brass should be hearing a lot of this rotating and communicating between Globochem. Arsenic spots out Brass first. He gives up on the shot, and Brass goes out. Arsenic finds himself a kill this round, and now G-Men just working with 3. The Manzak, Fontaine, and Swooty all making their approach through the center and the east.
It's looking a little tight for the G-Men here. They're going to have to pull out some sort of miracle or some sort of sneaky play where they somehow get in there and get the cap very quietly. So right now the odds are forever stacking against them in this round as they've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, which isn't a lot, but isn't a little amount of time. And in this match, the way things are going, it probably feels like they've got 300 yards or more between them and the objective, which is just about 50 meters away.
Yeah, it is amazing how just 50 or 60 feet can feel like miles when you're playing against some of these teams. Just they have to cross so many different sight lines and check so many angles. It can be such a daunting task. A nice nade there by Arsenic. Would have been great if the man and Zach Fontaine had decided to push up, but luckily they had chosen to reposition and rotate, so we're keeping a sort of high angle here and try and get everybody included in the map. I want to see what all the action is in this final round of the series, or the map. My apologies, not the series. Still a lot more series to come, folks. It's only map 1.
Yeah. Ooh, grenade coming out. Just a bit long, though. Might have been devastating enough had it fallen a bit shorter to catch both Mix and Raphael in that tunnel.
And now
it's just
Now we're
piece
seeing
of
this smoke. This is a great smoke. It's going to give Swooty the opportunity to push up onto Otto's position, grab this yellow building potentially. He's actually not going to go for it, though. He throws the smoke but gives up on it. I'm a little surprised by that. That's probably the best smoke that you can place in that position, if I'm going to be honest. But he decides to give up on it and reinforce the middle instead. This is so interesting. The man and Zach Fontaine made a push through the tunnel originally. And then they backed out, went to the center, where Swooty is now. Then they back out again, go back to the tunnel, and now it looks like they're rotating out again and going back towards the mid. It's a lot of sort of second guessing of their pushes. Arsenic finds Swooty as he makes a lone push to the objective. No one there to back him up. And now
What was that, mate?
the man and Zach Fontaine, the last two members of G-Men with minute 20 left. Mix spots out the man. Looks like Mix did catch a round there, I think.
I don't know. We'll see if he revives himself.
I think he's already done that. Maybe not. Maybe he hasn't. I know you could take at least one or two pistol shots before you have to actually syringe yourself.
Oh, God, that rusher on the corner was quite exposed.
I don't think
he's going to be looking the wrong way. I think Arsenic's going to come out. He's going to find them both. And Globochem's going to find their 4th point, and that'll close out the first map. Cargo goes to Globochem 4-3.
Yeah, and a great series there. Unfortunately, a little bit of disconnects on that final push. Swooty, I don't really know what that push was.
What was he thinking on that, Noman?
I have no idea.
Ran out into the middle of nowhere with not looking left, not looking right, no concern in the world. Did he want to just sit down, or...
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know why you would choose to push knowing you haven't really gotten any member of Globochem down yet. And just run straight through. I mean, right to objective. Really not even checking a corner. It was an interesting choice. But, yeah, we'll see what happens here as we now are going to be going into our second map, which is going to be Quarantine. Yes, sir. Quarantine. This caster's personal favorite map. One of my favorite to cast and to play on. Very great, viewing opportunities for the folks at home. It's one of those maps that I think is just aesthetically pleasing, let alone fun to play.
I'm gonna ask the question that's gonna have everyone hate me. Are they gonna use the new equipment?
Oh boy, that's an interesting question. I don't think we asked, so I don't think the casters know, but we will see if they're going to be using. So the new equipment.
Be surprised by it, honestly.
Yeah, the new equipment that Sleepy's mentioning there is the M203 grenade launcher and RPG that came in about a patch and a half ago, 2 patches ago maybe.
It's been in for some time now.
Yeah, so now finally allowed in the league. Finally allowed in the league. These first 2 weeks, they are opt-in, so you have to have both teams agree to use them. Past that, they will be allowed in Quarantine and Downfall only. So only those 2 maps will have them available at all times. They will obviously also be available if both teams opt in for other maps as well, but so far the trend has been that that is not the case. But we will see.
So far the trend has been to tell me to go be nice to myself.
Yeah. Pound sand, I think is
patent pending.
Yeah, pound sand is the nomenclature we're gonna go with. But yeah, we'll see if that equipment comes out. I'll be keeping my eye on the kill feed there, looking for any M203s or RPGs. It should be pretty easy to spot out that equipment. I don't think I've actually ever seen it used in a League game. I don't think I even know what it looks like. So we'll see what comes out here, but Globochem picking themselves up that first map win. It's exactly what they wanted. They found the balance there in the defense at the end, able to stop G-Men from taking the first map, and now they can sort of coast through their map choice, which is P1. So we'll see how they're able to put together an offense here as we're getting ready to start. Just want to make sure there's no round resets happening here. Round 1 is underway. Map 2 coming right at your face holes. from these Onward Master League. I mean, what a great way to spend your Saturday afternoon watching these two great teams duke it out on these fantastic maps. So Globochem opting to make that far north cross, and Brass is going to find Raph and Mix on 2 long-range headshots with probably the least likely weapon to make 2 long-range headshots, G36C. He's going to find 2 quickly. Globochem on the back foot in their first offensive outing here in Q1. Now we do have Arsenic here set up. We're going to drop, oh, no, maybe not. There it is. He does have that 12X M16. Looking for any picks long range. Not likely going to spot anything out. He's going to have to be careful here, as there is somebody on that south plane wing. Dr. Leo Marvin with a 12X himself.
By motel area near the cement trucks to the left of cement.
The shots don't land. The call-outs do. They come out. He is looking for that long-range pick, but now Arsenic alerted to this position. Gonna have to worry about this shot, and there it is. Arsenic finds the headshot on Leo Marvin, and he is out of this game. The south is now a little bit more open. Arsenic should have the ability to rotate through, potentially find Brass and Zach Fontaine here in the middle, but Brass finds Otto and Thunder Pilot. Unbelievable plays by Brass to Mouth here. He has found 4 so far this round on unbelievable long shots. I made the mistake of following Marsoc here, folks. Brass to Mouth was clearly the player that I needed to be following. We're just gonna lock our cameras to him. He is the one making all the things happen. 4 kills just as quickly, and now it's all up to Arsenic with the long range. Yeah. He is singing to him. I'm just gonna let the folks at home see what classic Arsenic is like. Let's just all quiet down, let him.
He hit me. Time to move.
We're just letting the folks at home get a
Dante,
little.
can we fix these player models so they don't fucking glow and that guy can't see
Okay.
me?
Can we not swear? Arsenic, that'd be great. I really want to follow you, but. So now he has to rotate all the way around. Obviously, his position given away. Does not want to make that same approach.
I love his rendition.
Yeah,
of Staying
we
Alive.
need to. Yeah, that's got it. Somebody clip that.
Somebody put him in
yeah.
the booth.
We're gonna
We're
use
doing
that.
a Bee Gees karaoke night, and Arsenic is gonna be our freaking main singer.
He is the lead for sure. That falsetto is fantastic. Exactly what I expected. All right, now he's making that approach. 2 minutes, 37 seconds left. Gotta find 3 more before he makes his approach on this objective. Realistically, it's just maybe 1. If he can find Zach here. You gotta be careful about this tank engine, but if he finds Zach Fontaine,
Yeah, see, you gotta watch out for that tank engine, see?
There's
An omen will come after you.
really nobody who is close enough to stop him from being able to punch in that code. It's such an interesting defense to take up.
Yeah, see, they got aggressive again because they had the man advantage, and now it's gonna come back to bite him, you see?
Yeah, I think they're getting a little loose.
Ooh, Arsenic's got his tablet out already, and he's proning across the street. There is literally nothing.
There's no one. No one is looking at this. I mean, Zach Fontaine.
Zach Fontaine couldn't even see it if he wanted to right now. His particular positioning is not going to be able to see it. This is a cap for Globochem.
He's definitely hearing these call-outs. Zach will rotate to check the middle. I can't imagine he won't look through this crack and spot him as he makes this crawl.
Oh my goodness, he's not looking.
Oh, no.
Focused entirely south. Arsenic is going to crawl up through Zach's slowly starting to come back around, but he's not going to be paying attention. Arsenic's probably already typing in the code. You can see his hand moving, and at any point now, it's going to be an uplink for Globochem, and there it is. 2 points thanks to Arsenic on this very first round after what was a very promising start from Brass to Mouth on the defense.
Oh, if I was Brass, I would be just...
Oh, furious.
Oh, livid. Absolutely livid after that. All you had to do, you had one job, and that was watch the objective, and Globochem able to find a cap there against all odds. Arsenic, in his own words, staying alive, making the approach to the objective, grabbing the cap.
Getting the cap.
And Globochem really, really, that's just kind of like dunking on your opponent. You know, that's kind of the 3 alive. All you got is long range. And there it is. The cap does come out. 2 points go to Globochem on this quarantine map. And now the G-Men really going to be looking to find themselves a cap sometime in this series and equalize this, because they no longer have the defensive advantage of Volk, and they're starting off on this Marsoc round, so an easy way for Globochem to push up 3-0 in the series. I do want to take this couple of seconds we have before everybody starts. Thank everybody for coming to tune in to the VR Master League Onward channel. We do appreciate you guys hanging out. That's why we do it. Community and the viewers, we love you very, very much. More than we probably should, you know, realistically. Like, we all have girlfriends and stuff. It's kind of weird, but, you know, we do. And we also want to thank, obviously, our sponsors, VR Cover and ProTube. Thank you guys for all the neat little merchandise you guys have given to us over the seasons as prizes, and we do appreciate you helping out the VRML. Always love seeing that. Like Globochem is taking, they've taken the auto start off, so they may be having a bit of an issue. Arsenic not quite readying up yet, so we are just waiting on the teams to ready up before we get into round 2 here. But Sleepy, I know you're following the chat much closer than I was. Do we get a lot of call outs for G-Men winning that cargo round?
Yeah, there was a lot of people impressed with that. I don't think people were expecting that initial Marsoc win, but you know, things went the way they went. We'll see how they react once things... Never mind, they've already seen that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm really not following this chat as closely as I have in other cases, so...
Well, clearly you don't love the chat as much as I love the chat.
Oh, here we go.
Every time
I've been subscribed to this channel for 12 months, Noman. How long have you been subscribed to our lovely channel?
I'll tell you I've been subscribed for 9 months. But hey, let the folks at home know what tier are you subscribed at? What's that? Is that
I'm subscribed with my Amazon Prime.
Is that the lowest tier of subscription? Oh, that's a shame, because I'm definitely all the way at tier 3, getting all those sweet emotes. Thank you, Sleepy, for that awesome lead-in. We do have amazing emotes for the folks at home who have not yet subscribed. There are emotes for tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 subscriptions, all unique and made by one of our own community members and my personal favorite person, the Pink Stingray from the community. Thank you, Pink, for making those for us. And now that long commercial break is over, we're ready to get into round 2. G-Men looking to make the same approach. We are seeing the mirrored spawns here for the objective. Coming off of that Arsenic cap, they've got to be looking for the answer here. And it's not really the ideal spawn for it. This could be such a difficult spawn to get out of. The south and north are generally already covered by the time you've made it. Be a real difficult one for them to make the approach. Swooty's smoke rolling sideways. Yep, still not going the way you want it to, Swooty. Unfortunate smoke placement there, and another one coming out. That one, yeah, a little bit better. That one's definitely a little bit cleaner.
I mean, depends on what way you want to protect